Webby, I hope I can call you that. Can I just say before we do anything, congratulations on the season so far. And I know that you're going to get a lot of that from a lot of people, and I'm interested to know what your reaction is when people come up and say that kind of thing to you.
I've got mixed emotions about it. I'm really grateful because I can tell how proud everyone is of the team. I can tell they're proud that, even when we don't win, the boys, how hard they fight to the end, and just, how proud they are of what they're doing for the jersey. And then the other side of me is like, yeah, but we've got more in us. Like, we've got some improvement. We've got to keep working hard, and it's good now, but we've got to keep going. It's a long year. I get nervous about getting ahead of ourselves, but that's not the fans' job. That's my job. So I'm very grateful that they see it that way. But I'm really, really sort of cautious of making sure the players stay grounded and keep working hard.
When you press pause in the bye week at 6-5 going into this bye week, were you happy with that? Did you give it a chance to sit down and go, okay, let's actually look at what we were planning at the start of the season. This is where we are now.
Yeah, so we didn't have any KPIs as far as how many we wanted at the start of the year. We were big on just winning as many games as possible. And I did that for a real reason, the fact that we had to focus on winning each game, and we didn't have to put a number on it. And I felt like we left a couple of wins out there. What I mean by that is I felt there's a couple of performances. If we had to play better, we could have got some scalps there, and we could have been looking even better at this situation. But then also we had to look at our performances, not so much the results as well. Like, there's lots to like about our style of play and the identity we've created for ourselves. And I feel like at the halfway mark almost, we've sort of set the season up. We're in a real platform where we know what our game looks like, and we know how if we play well and how we do it, we've got complete clarity that we can win doing that style of football. So at this stage, we've just sort of paused, like you said, for a period, and we've had to look at what we want to improve and keep getting better at. And now that we've done that, we've just put our focus straight into the Broncos.
There's an old saying in radio, mate, which says that when you don't have any ratings, you don't care about ratings, you don't talk about ratings. When you start to have ratings, that's all you care about and all you talk about. Is it the same with you, that when you're not in the top 8, you don't look at that, but once you are in the top 8, it's now about staying in the top 8?
Well, I think the biggest thing at the moment is the top 8's so close, so you could be 4th to 10th and it's that close. But if you are looking at the ladder, you're crazy at the moment. It's pretty obvious, though, that the competition's that tight. That's all everyone's talking about at the moment. So I feel like you're going to have to show consistency right through the end of the season. You're going to have to be on your toes, and you're going to have to get your performances right. And if you're looking at the ladder when you're in the top 8, or if you're not in the top 8, you're going to be worrying about the results instead of what you've got to do to get the win. So, look, I want us to be in the top 8 for the rest of the season, but that's certainly, I'm not looking at the ladder or focusing on that regardless of where we're sitting.
Do you look at the next group of games? I think I asked you this right at the start of the season, and do you break it down and go, okay, now we've got the origin period of games, or do you look at it just at this game coming this weekend?
A week and a half ago, after our last game, we looked at what do we want to get better at during this period. It wasn't about origin. It wasn't about who we were playing. It was just about we've actually got time to practice, because we've had 5-day turnaround, 6-day turnaround, 6-day turnaround. So the amount of practice that we've actually done has been quite limited. So we did press pause and say, what do we actually want to practice and how are we going to do it? So we had a really strong review, and then once we went about that, today we've started focusing on the Broncos. So this period's not about origin. This period's not about who we're playing. All our focus is on the improvements that we wanted to make, and also what we need to do against the Broncos, who are obviously going really well.
Forgive me for asking a lot of general questions as opposed to specifics, but we haven't spoken to you for so long. I'm fascinated by just things like, when you look back at those 11 games, do you pick out a performance and go, that was it, or do you pick out bits and pieces from different games and think, we've got to piece all of this together?
Yeah, so I personally love our Cowboys away, round 3. I thought we were relentless for 80 minutes, for the whole second half. I think if you remember, we went through a period there for probably the first 6 weeks where we couldn't start well.
No.
And then we started to sort that out, and I thought we played some really good football against Melbourne early, particularly. Panthers the same, where we really got the starts right and knew what we were doing. I think if you look at the Sharks, I I love that second half. We were down by 20 points, but we didn't throw the ball around. We stuck to our plan, and we sort of grinded the Sharks into the ground and then come over the top of them. So there's definitely pieces of our game where I think, wow, that looks like exactly what we want to be, and that's really clear to us. And then there's other times where it doesn't look great. There's got to be some big improvements. But the one that stands out for me is the Cowboys game. I thought that was our best performance away.
Andrew Webster, Warriors coach, with us. A couple of things I think that everyone has been talking about. One is the goal line defence and defending repeat sets of 6, which we've seen over the last couple of years. And I know you don't like talking about the last couple of years, but the team was just no good at doing that, or, it's just that we failed at that. I mean, that's just been really staunch. The other one is having the big boys fit for the last 20 minutes, and the amount of times you see us carting the ball straight through the middle of them in the last 20 minutes. Talk us through those, because those are obviously very shrewd tactical things that you've been working on and actually are coming forward, and actually we're getting to practically see.
Yeah, so the goal line defence is one. It's definitely got to be a mindset, like how resilient do we want to be and how hard do we want to work. And there's definitely some coordination to it. So there's some tactical stuff around where we want to stand, how we want to get line speed, what we want to do to play the ball speed. So there's definitely some tactical things and around our goal line D. That's why there's been some big improvements. But there's also been a lot of emphasis on, how much does our try line mean to us? How bad do we want to turn them away, I should say. And when you defend 3 or 4, it does suck energy out of yourself. But the moment that they don't score, you can sort of see the air or the confidence come out in the opposition who have been trying to crack the line for so long. So I feel like there's a lot that goes to our goal line D, but certainly been a focus that we want to be very good at. And then there's the other side, like you said, we worked hard at being really fit in pre-season, but it had to be relative to the game. It wasn't just about long running and getting fit and getting good fitness times. It was about being football fit. So all our drills are really specific. So that's probably why you see our middles in crucial times in the game, particularly late in the game, that they can run through opposition or keep coming at the opposition. So we've worked hard on both of those things.
I've only got a couple more questions. I'll let you go because I know that your time is very precious at the moment, obviously. At the start of the season when we met and we saw Sean with a big smile on his face and he showed us his guns, he said he looked fit, he just seemed so happy. Man, the transformation in this guy, we are seeing the very best of him this year. How delighted are you for him?
Yeah, I'm so happy for him. I think he probably missed maybe 2 training sessions in the whole of the pre-season. Like he wanted to work hard, he wanted to be out on the field. Sean's been just... the thing he's generated his confidence been from his hard work, from his defence, and then he's got confidence from it. Therefore, his attack looked good, and therefore his leadership's really good because he's leading by his actions, just not by his words. So the amount of respect he's got within the group, and 1, getting us around the field, but 2, taking the opposition off and showing the boys that he's willing to do the hard stuff as well. So, and then as a result of that, you just see a happy Sean. So I think it comes back to the way he trained in pre-season and how fit he is. But he's definitely got a mindset where he's very hungry to do the little things, which gives him lots of energy to do the exciting things. Is
bringing Chanel back going to provide you with a nice selectorial headache for next year?
Yeah, hopefully. Well, definitely. Chanel, we're not recruiting over the top of people. We're recruiting to create depth. So that's been our motto. So he just gives us another headache. He does add versatility. He does add a left footer in the kicking ranks. But he ticks our boxes where he competes, and he's a good person. So he's a local genius. So we're excited about having him back. But yeah, the headache around selection next year. We'll worry about that next year. But it's a good headache to have.
2 quick questions then. The cameras are on you in the coaching box, don't you? Because you don't look like you're a comfortable watcher of the game. I feel like you should be on the sideline.
Mate, that's where I wish I was. That's where I used to be.
Right.
And I used to love it. No, I'm a terrible spectator in the box. Our box is quite funny because it's the calmest coach's box ever. We have conversations, we laugh if we want to laugh, we have a really good time, and then the cameras, though, they know to get me at the right time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
There's certainly no Craig Bellamy moments yet, but yeah, it's it's not an easy watch, and I don't think it's ever going to be, really, unless we win by 60 or something like that. I don't think you're going to get too many easy watches as a head coach, but I actually enjoy it, mate. So I love as what's the word? Not stressful, but as intense those moments are. I enjoy it, but I'm not scared to show my emotions as well. So I don't mind.
All the very best for Brisbane. Napier sellout, which is fantastic. And again, you're putting a huge smile on a lot of people's faces. And I know that that's not, you've got other fish to fry and you've got other ambitions and so forth. But you must be feeling that. And Warriors fans are loving it at the moment, mate.
Yeah, like to everything they've been down there, everything that's gone on down there with the floods and everything. Pretty excited to go down and give them some entertainment and put a smile on their face. And the big thing I've known, obviously, everyone travelled to Australia, a lot of expats or been in Auckland are stopping me on the street and dipping horns and yelling out, "Go Warriors," so go to Wars, I should say. So it's exciting, mate. I just feel really proud that everyone's proud of their team. But like I said before, this is the part where we've got to keep going, and this weekend we've got to do the same job down in Napier and make all the fans really happy.
Thank you so much for spending so much time with us, Andrew. Really appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure.